Welcome to episode 5 of Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services, a production of the episode 6 of the American All-Star Series. This episode is titled The Lovers. I'm joined tonight with Joe Rush, the CEO of the American All-Star Series, as well as my co-host, Joe Rush. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, Allie. It's good to be here and excited for this special episode of love on this Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Of love.
Of love.
We've practiced this so many times.
Yes.
As we said, this is we are proud to present our show with M&M Septic Services. So, Joe, tell us a little bit about M&M Septic Services.
Yes, M&M Septic Services is located in Viper, Kentucky. Our presenting sponsor for until January of next year on the Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe. So excited to have M&M Septic. He will all of your septic service needs in Eastern Kentucky. Rocky Moore, our very own racer, will be on the tour this year. We'll take care of all your needs and take care of you all season long or any time of the year, as long as he's not racing with your septic needs.
For sure. And then also, we are welcoming back our other partner, Racetrack Connection. This is going to be a great app, and it's going to be super fun when it gets out. So, Joe, tell us about the app.
Yeah, Racetrack Connection is going to be a social media for racers and fans. We tested it out at the slot car track Friday night. We all registered as racers up there and chatted a little bit. The app developer, Sherman, got on there with us, and he was chatting with us. We took some pictures and were able to send pictures back and forth in the app. So it looks like everything's going to work out and be really great. So I hope racers and fans and tracks and series take advantage and really use this app.
Yes, the app is going to be pretty much a social media for all race fans, drivers, everybody. It'll have a venue built into it, so it'll have its own chat system as well as driver profiles where fans can look whoever's driving around the track. So it's going to be really awesome. But speaking of social media, we are live right now on all of our Facebook profiles. So my personal one, Joseph's personal one, as well as our American All-Star page and Dirt to Media, but Off the Dirt Facebook page, as well as Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yeah, and don't forget to check out our website. It'll have all your informational needs throughout the season. 2022 rules are posted. 2022 membership form is ready. I plan to get it posted tonight. I have not done that yet. So look for it in the next 24 hours or so. And it should be on both Facebook and the website as well with very, very soon. So, definitely get a hold of us there. And speaking of things like that, Allie, don't forget your Off the Dirt merch that Landstone Designs has created for us.
Yes, we have shirts, we have hats, we have anything you want. We have polos, but my dad says these hats are like one of the best hats in hat world. The Richardson 112, so they're great hats. So if you want any merch of Off the Dirt, then DM us, message us, or whatever on any of our social media platforms, and we'll get you an order in.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a great app to have. So we've got a guest appearance already tonight from my cat, Tippy. Glad to have him with us, but I'm going to see if I can't move him right along here.
Yeah, Tippy, we love you, but this is Allie and Joe.
Yeah, that's right.
So speaking of social media and merch, we are streaming to all of our social media platforms. So all of your comments, we'll go ahead and put those on the page when we see them. So we already have a few viewers, so keep the comments coming, especially for our special guests.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention before we get there and talk about our great new partner this week, comments I've learned this week, don't show cross-platform. So if you're watching on like my page and somebody else is commenting on the series page or your page, people aren't seeing it. So we'll put those up there. Definitely communicate with our other viewers. We definitely want that interaction between you all as well. So Terry Basham's here watching, and our favorite sprint car fan, Josh Patch, is also with us tonight.
Yeah, Josh, I want to know, how excited were you when Haas and Shield won the sprint car race the other night? But speaking of segment 1, we are presented tonight with segment 1 by Family Fun Zone. Family Fun, they have all of the fun. Laser tag, escape rooms. They have trampoline jump zones, arcades, bumper cars, food, and more. So, Joe, tell us a bit about Family Fun Zone.
Yeah, really excited about the Family Fun Zone because It's there in Morristown. So when we hit one of our races on past Morristown this year, we're definitely going to have to take our own little racing family with Jesse and you and myself, Allie, to do one of those escape rooms. And I really, really want to hit you and Jesse Raines really hard in a bumper car.
Well, see, me and Jesse would just beat you anyway in laser tag.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Jesse Raines.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to beat you guys when we have Jesse Raines and Joe ganging up on some girls in the laser tag arena.
It's all fair in war, Allie. It's all fair in war.
All right, let's see what Josh said. Josh said, "Hot as a man, second race of the season, already race of the year nominee." Sweet. I saw that and it was a really good race. So.
Also, Michael Elliott is here. Speedway Car Games doing some great shirts. Maybe we'll mention those a little later in the show because I got a Valentine's gift from Jesse. So we might talk about Michael's shirts a little later in the show tonight.
Sounds good. Well, with that, we'd like to welcome our AAS lovers, the lovers for our Valentine's Day episode, Maida and Chris, to please on the American All-Star Series. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Thank you all for joining us on Valentine's Day. We appreciate you all taking time out of your day. But how are y'all doing tonight?
Good. Doing great, yeah. As good as we can.
Well, the last time I saw you guys, we spent a lot of time in the car and didn't get to see any racing.
We did see racing. I don't know what you're talking about.
We did a little racing ourselves and saw some
yes, a very long ride. Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't remember. I was asleep.
That's usually how trips with Joseph goes. Joseph's just in the front seat or something singing, and then everybody else is asleep.
Right.
But pretty much we're just going to have a little bit of questions for you guys. But since it's a Valentine's Day episode, we want to welcome your all's relationship to our show tonight. So our first question is, how did you guys meet?
So we met on Facebook through a mutual friend. And we just talked, and then next thing you know, we're forever.
Well, that's what I want to know about is your first date. So tell us about the first time you all actually went outside of Facebook.
First date was at a volunteer speedway. Went to a race. Yeah, and that's kind of where we got started with that's and been going ever since. So yeah,
that's very appropriate. So
yeah,
was it love at first sight? And if not, who fell for who first?
It was actually. Yeah, first time we met, just extremely comfortable, and yeah.
He pretty much packed a bag and moved in.
That's awesome. But you guys' first date was at Volunteer Speedway. But when did you all develop a love for racing together? Because I know Maida had a love for racing before you came along, Chris, and then she kind of brought you into the race world a little bit. But how did you all develop that love for racing together?
Sure, I know myself. Back in 2016, maybe 17, went to Tazewell Speedway to watch a Lucas race, and just absolutely loved it. Just amazed on the talent and how quick the cars was, and just it just grew from there really. I know my mom grew up, or I live with my mom, and she lives like 10 minutes away from Bulls Gap. And so every Saturday I'd always hear the cars, and they took me a few times growing up, but I didn't really get into it until I went to Tazewell.
And pretty much the way we did it together is I drug him to all the races,
Yeah.
and he just had to love it.
That's it.
Kind of sounds like Joe and Jesse.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly how it works for us too. So, what do you guys love the most about the sport? And each of you can take a turn at answering this. But what do each of you love the most about the sport?
I just love that it's about talent and individuality. You can have the most expensive car or the cheapest thing that barely runs, and it goes on talent. So it's about the person really.
And I think what I really enjoy about it, how family oriented it is, and how personable you can get with any driver at any series, any level. and it's just amazing. It's unlike any other sport where you're not able to really do that, and you can get up close and personal, with the cars, the drivers, and it's amazing. So
That's one thing that I love about the American All Stars, because I was scoring at the Gap, at Bulls Gap, and then I wasn't really around drivers, around the people that I was scoring for. So it kind of gave me an insight. Like the American All Stars kind of gave me that relationship that I wanted with the people that I was scoring for. But
sure.
speaking of the American All Stars, so when did you guys first hear about the American All Star Series?
So, unknown to us, we've attended several American All Star races before I met Joe. He was at Smoky Mountain doing a Lucas, and I was stuck working a night audit shift at the motel at the time. And he came in and we talked, and I don't know, after that, we couldn't get enough. We love the series. We love watching the race. It's always a racy race most of the time, and the drivers are great. You guys are great. So.
Absolutely. And my first interaction was at Volunteer, where I met Joe, and just fell in love with with the staff and seeing how awesome everybody was. And I was like, I need to be a part of this. We want to separate. We want to put ourselves around good people, and that's exactly what we've done. And that's
Well, and Chris, that kind of leads into our next question for you. And that's, you guys are in East Tennessee. We travel all over the place. So what made you decide that you wanted to go on the road with us and be a part of the series?
So we're pretty adventurous people. At the Saturday morning, we can wake up and travel to Gettysburg or Asheville or whatever. So just the opportunity to travel to the different tracks and learn more about what's out there. We are excited about that. It's kind of our personality.
Absolutely, yeah. And we've always, seen all these races from the fan point of view, and we've always wondered, like, man, if we ever got the opportunity, how awesome it would be to join a series, or look at from the other, side of races and see how everything's being put together. And there's a lot that goes into it, but you really don't know. Just being a spectator, and and the opportunity come up, and I was like, absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about it, no questions asked. So.
Well, we're really excited for you all to work with us, but we want to know, what do you all look forward most to the upcoming season with the series? And both of you guys can answer this one.
Go ahead.
I very much looking forward to raiding the concession stands. I'm going to pick out where I have the best. Really excited about that.
Gosh, I'm just looking forward to getting in and seeing how everything operates on a week-to-week basis, getting to know the staff, getting to know the drivers more, going to a lot of tracks we've never been to. Super excited. Can't wait for April to get here. So.
Right, and Maida, to your point, I know that the tracks will appreciate us supporting their concession stands. So, they like that for sure. And Chris, you mentioned getting to know the drivers more. You know a lot of the East Tennessee drivers, but then when it comes to guys like Dylan Brown and Ricky Green and some of these guys that run with us from out of the area, those are guys that you're going to really get the opportunity to meet and know this year.
100%. That's going to be amazing. Absolutely. I can't wait. Really look forward to it. So.
All right. Well, mate, I didn't give you any warning, but I didn't know you were going to be at the Family Fun Zone tonight. So, when do you and Chris ever take part in some laser tag and challenge each other there?
Yeah, he's a sore loser, so we haven't played in a while because I kind of got good at it. But we also do axe throwing. That's like super fun here. Yet again, he's a sore loser. So.
I can't help it.
Yeah, right. Well, I know that we're going to stop by at some point this summer. We'll have the trailer out front and do some laser tag and bumper cars, and I am very competitive and definitely like when Jesse Raines and I can team up and beat Jesse Rush and Alley for sure.
Yeah, see, Joe he thinks he's so great. But sometimes, so like the go-kart, you can't, the first one in the pits is not the winner. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, the
It's all
go-karts
mix-up.
that Chris and Maida and I read before, I mean, it was all based on time. It wasn't about where you finished. So
See, I need that.
I think it would
Yeah.
prove to you that you're not as fast, Allie.
Oh, I am. I don't miss mark, and I'm quick.
So, we're excited to check out Family Fun Zone, and excited that Family Fun Zone is going to be as a part of tonight's show, and hopefully we can have the Family Fun Zone back with us more. But I know that we'll probably spend a good bit of money there this summer on those trips when we're in East Tennessee on Saturday and can stay the night and hang out and play on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's an awesome place. Yeah, it's tons to do. I mean,
Yeah, we have
cool.
something for everybody, from trampolines for kids to scary escape rooms. You can throw axes. Tonight we're doing anti-Valentine's Day, so we're inviting people to bring pictures of their exes, and they get to throw axes at their exes' pictures, bring their exes' stuff, and smash it with a hammer.
That's awesome.
That's really awesome.
But we appreciate you guys taking your time out of your Valentine's Day together to be with us, talk to us for Valentine's Day. So we appreciate that.
Most definitely. We definitely appreciate you having us on, and yeah. So we really look forward to this upcoming season. So.
Absolutely. We'll see you at the trade show here in a couple of weeks, and then probably at Smoky for our first weekly show of the year, and then we're only a month and a half away from going racing at I-75, so that's really, really exciting. Can't wait to get the season started, and looking forward to working with you guys this year. Really excited about it.
Awesome. We are too.
Yeah.
All right.
Very much so.
All right, guys. We thank you for joining us tonight. We'll let you get back to your anti-Valentine's Day,
Yes.
and we'll get the show rolling on. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, so that was Maida and Chris from the American All-Star Series, two of our employees that we talked about last week, but we had them on this week. But our American All-Star Series and everything that happens with all of our employees would not have a job, nor we would have a tour without our presenting sponsor, PPM Racing Products. So here's a quick word from them.
When you start with the strongest American steel, apply the smartest techniques, let artesian quality craftsmen do the work. What you end up with is just built better than anything else you can get.
Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services. This is episode 6, called The Lovers. We just met with our AAS lovers, Maida and Chris, but now we're on to segment 2. But first, we're going to talk about Racetrack Connection, the new app.
Yeah, Racetrack Connection is an app for racers and fans. The app is still in beta testing, but it should be out within the next couple of weeks. They're hoping to have it out by the Outside Groove trade show in Knoxville that we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. But really excited about this. Series is definitely going to take advantage of it. Allie, as our PR person, you're going to have to make sure that our drivers are taking advantage of it like they should be on each and every race night before you go race direct.
For sure. It's going to be a really helpful tool for spectators, for drivers to buy and sell, for fans to know who's on the track and what venue we're at and the schedule and everything. It's going to be a really awesome app.
Yeah, I can't wait to use it. Like I said, we tested it out, slot car track, and here's something even better. Sherman's giving us some hats to give away using the app this season. So fans, be ready for the app. Get it downloaded because we're going to have some cool Racetrack Connection gear to give away.
For sure. So we're happy to have Racetrack Connection on our show, and we're excited about the app. But we're proud to have Firefly Token back for our segment 2 presenting sponsor. So Firefly is a unique high burn token that rewards long-term holders with a team of dedicated developers and an engaged community. It's also a token you can feel good about investing in. Each transfer sale incurs 15% burn rate, 5% of which goes directly to a charitable cause. For us at Firefly, the primary cause we support is the conservation of fireflies. The global population is approaching extinction, and with your support, we hope to reverse that trend. So, Joe, this cryptocurrency is going up and up and up.
Yeah, we've dropped 2 zeros within the last 2 weeks. We're over halfway to dropping another one. Allie, we went from having like $70 or so worth last week at this time to it's up over $400 now in value for what we've invested. So It's growing quickly. If you're watching tonight and you've not ever invested in crypto, you got $20 laying around. Throw it at it. It's not a huge risk. Plus, you're supporting the Fireflies. And I see the long-term goal. It was just posted between in the last hour or so. He wants the developer Kenny wants to eventually help bring electricity to parts of the world that have never had electricity. So not only are we going to help the Firefly, but eventually we're going to work on lighting up parts of the world that have never even had electricity. So a really great token that you can get invested in. Like I said, we have, I guess, quadrupled what we had 1 week ago at this time.
Yes, for sure. I mean, we were on, 2 hours ago rehearsing for our show tonight, and we were looking at the numbers, and then all of a sudden, when we got back on to go live, it was up already about, $20-some dollars?
Yeah, it went up in just an hour's time I think it was over $20. So it's growing. Get on board now. $20, $25, $50. You got $100 to throw at it. I'd throw it at it and watch it grow.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be awesome, and you're eventually going to make a lot of money with it. So it's going to be super exciting to see how Firefly token grows. So go invest, especially while it's so cheap. But Joe, you have something special coming up this month that I cannot attend to, but you're going to a trade show without me. Are you going to be able to survive?
I don't know, Allie. Thankfully, Jesse's decided she's going to take off work and go with me. I was going totally alone at one point, but Jesse's going to take the day off work and go with me now. So at least I'm not completely on my own on this one. But you do a really good job at talking to people. So I'm going to have to try to up my game for the Outside Groove show the show presented by Outside Groove and our good partner, John Ackley.
Yeah, I think Jesse will hold the fort down for you. Especially if she'll be helping you out a lot. But you're going to have to get your social skills out there, man.
That's exactly right. We're going to have to work on that. And AJ Hicks will be there, our weekly champion. He'll have his car in our booth. So stop by, check it out. We'll have our schedule there. And we'll have our schedule. He'll have the Willard schedule. So lots of good things. So lots of people here joining us tonight now, commenting. Evan, we got a show to do. The show must go on. It's a holiday. So here we are, live on Off the Dirt with Ellie and Joe tonight.
It's a special love episode.
That's the wrong hand. Yes, special love episode. So, Cody Early says he'd be scared to see me up my game, that it's scary.
Kind of scary for sure.
So
he's upped his game a little bit since we started the podcast, but he still needs to get a little bit better.
So Evan's having a kick out of us being goobers tonight. But let me tell you, Cody, it's a whole lot better than where I started at with it, because I was not very good to start this thing. So that's a little better than where we have been. I was terrible to start with, so my game is up by like 10 points right now. Yeah, my hand does not bend that way, and so that's kind of where we're at with it. So,
well, speaking of love, since this episode is about love, because it's a Valentine's special episode, we are going to talk about our love for racing and how we developed our love for dirt track racing. So if you're watching, all of our viewers, we'd like to welcome any comments that you would like to send to us, because we'll post them here on the stream, about how you developed your love for racing and what you love most about dirt racing. So we're going to do that a little bit.
Yeah, and Maida and Chris talked a little bit about theirs earlier. So as we're here in segment 2, we're going to talk some about what developed our love for it and the things we love most. And some of the things we love most we share, and a couple of the things we love most we have differences on, but it's still, that's what makes dirt racing great. So there's so much to love.
We have differences, but they're kind of the same. That's just not what we thought about.
Right. Yes.
We thought about our favorite things at first.
Exactly. So, and you'll see as we go through this that we actually agree with each other on everything. They just weren't our top 5 on the list we made. So, Allie, go ahead and tell the world, and we've talked a lot about your background in dirt racing, but tell the world what developed your love for dirt racing.
So my love for dirt racing stemmed from racing in general stemmed from my grandparents, because they they took me around to all kinds of a few racetracks, especially asphalt at first. And then we went to our first dirt track race in 2019, and it was American All-Star race with Raceway. But then once I had a job at Volunteer Speedway, I met one of my friends. His name's Dylan Blunt. He was the scoreboard operator / scorer at Volunteer Speedway, and he was going to the Navy, and he was going into active service, or active duty, so he couldn't be there for much longer. So he trained me in his job, and then taught me a lot about dirt racing. We went to a lot of dirt races together, and just taught me a lot about it. And that's kind of where my love for dirt racing stemmed. So, Joe, tell me about where your love for dirt racing is.
Yeah, before we do have a couple comments that have come in already. Our presenting sponsor, Rocky Moore's here with us tonight. M&M Septic Services owner, Rocky Moore, says that he loves the victories the most about it. So he got him some victories this past season. And then Evan wants to know if Ponderosa is still on the schedule. Yes, we had Ponderosa last week on June 17th, right, Allie?
Yes, sometime.
Okay. I believe it's June 17th. We'll be there. June 17th and 18th will be at Ponderosa. But I mean, at Lake Cumberland, both shows are 5,000 to win. All right. So I developed my love from dirt racing because my grandpa had scored and worked at Beckman Motor Speedway for forever. It opened, I think, in 68, and he started working there in the second season after it opened. So my date may be off just a little bit. He worked there for over 40 years when he was alive, but he spent some time that he worked and some time that he didn't. So when he started taking me to the race when I was very little, and we spent some time in the stands, and then we would spend time up in the tower as well. And it just went kind of back and, forth. And then he got me into scoring at 14. And then I really took a passion for it and love. And that's what kind of got me to where I am with owning a series is just because I could see things and I thought, well, let's make it better. And that's where I always got, but he, probably one of my best memories in developing that love is when I was younger. I thought going to Withville was that was a big deal, it's far off and stuff. So we went down and got a motel and for a Stacker 2 Extreme Series race, which is the Extreme Series went away and now it's back as that Winter Series that the World Outlaws do. But it was a great time. And, I got to work with him for several years from the time I was 14 and until he passed away in 2012. He worked all the way up through 2012. So that was good memories and definitely what stemmed my love and what made me want to make racing better and get into it real deep and just see it continue to grow and evolve.
For sure. We got a few comments. So Evan says his mom took him to the first race, and that's Haswell has been addicted from there. I'd say a lot of us have that problem of being addicted to dirt racing.
Yeah.
And then Cody Early said, my grandfather. The Gap. That's awesome, Cody. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, very similar to my story there. So with the his grandpa getting him into it and just going and going and going. So we all, it seems like family, somebody from our family took us to the racetrack, and that's what we need to do. The younger parents that are here watching, take your kids to the racetrack if you like it, and obviously we're all addicted to it, Allie, because we're here. We're here tonight on Valentine's Day instead of doing something else.
Sure.
So if you're viewing tonight, you are loyal, dedicated, and we appreciate you.
Yes, we do. But also, again, I'd like to say that if you have any points or any things you like about dirt racing, keep the comments coming. We'll get to those because we really want to know what you guys like about dirt racing and what developed the love for you, because this episode's about love. But the first point that we came up with together is kind of like that.
Yeah, Rocky just
Rocky Moore.
He took us right into it, making new friends, Allie.
Yeah, and I mean, we both came up with this first point of the people we meet and how much of a family racetracking is. Yeah,
Allie, and the great thing about a traveling series is we become families with all these different people at these different tracks. I consider Casey Moses, from and Roger Sellers and their whole family like family, and the same with Lewis Jackson and Josh Norris and Shayla at Crosspool. And then, you come to Fred Brown at Withville, and it's just, we make those connections with track owners and things, but then also our drivers. I feel like if there were any kind of issue, Allie, they'd be there for us.
For sure. And then, I realized that with drivers and people at the racetrack this year when I went, I had a full season with the American, almost full season with the American All-Star Series, and I went to the hangover at 411. And I was walking through the pits, and I'm like, I didn't know any of these people the year before, and now I feel like I know 99% of these people by name. And so it's just really awesome how many new people you meet and the relationships you make with them.
Right. And that's something, you're almost full season this year. You're going to have this close to a full season with the series. But now you're going to get to know the Rocky Moors better and the guys that are racing at Kentucky weekly and the guys that are racing at Natural Bridge weekly, which a lot of those guys at Natural Bridge, I still don't really know. But the more we go there, the more we're going to get to know them, and they're going to be just another extension of that racing family that we've developed.
For sure. And I love Natty B. That's one of my favorite racetracks. I don't know why, but I love it.
It's a great racing. Every time we've been there, it's been great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Allie. So, we've talked about the people. Now, let's talk about my second point. Now, my second point, it varies a little bit, and it kind of goes with number one, but I love the travel, especially with owning a series. I love going to local races here, just going to Beckley Motor Speedway, but I love the travel and with my friends and, whether it be with the series and we're pulling the trailer and we're going to race and then we get a motel and then we're there, got to race the next day, or whether it be, hey, let's go to Eldora and we all load up in the truck and we're going to go to Eldora and then we're going to come back home that same night.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. This season's going to be awesome anyways, but it's just awesome to be able to go to different racetracks and travel with your friends and travel with all the drivers that you consider friends as well. And then, my family, they don't mind racing, but they're not like diehard fans, as I would say, as I am. So they wouldn't go to an Eldora or something like that. So I wouldn't have people to go with. And so this series has really brought me friends and people that I can go to different tracks with that I really wouldn't want to go on my own.
Right. And traveling with us, you get to have me and Jesse Raines in the vehicle weekend. Does it get any better than that, Allie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just joking, but and then you talk about the travel, but then when you travel these races and you really look at it, it's the racing in general being actual driving. Because coming from like an asphalt background, it's just so much more driving and having an actual wheelman behind the steering wheel. And it's just so competitive compared to asphalt. When you look at asphalt almost your whole life and then you move to dirt.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Elliott's there with us. Traveling is awesome to see the world. So definitely we agree, Michael. So, Allie, we've talked about the competition. Oh, here our super fans. Let's bring our super fans on here. Robert Darby says that Sandy and I started dating and we found common ground between us, our love for dirt track racing. We would be at the track 2 to 3 times each weekend in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and it's fun getting dirty at the track. Then drawing initials in the mud and rubber left on our windshield. Allie,
awesome.
That literally leads me in to the next thing that we both love, and we both love this. And, if I really want you to learn about getting dirty at a racetrack, it's going to be a trip to Tyler County at one point this year because you get dirty there. So, Allie, I love working in a tower and being, if Tara's watching, a tower fairy, but I love the fan side of it too. That's why I do this. I wouldn't be on here if I didn't love racing, and I wouldn't be running a series and running up and down the interstate. I could just teach, and I can teach and be happy, but I love racing, and I do it because I love it. But I'm also a fan of racing. So I love those weekends when I get the chance to be off and just go sit in the stands and be a fan. And I love getting hit with the dirt and getting the dirt in my eyes and having so much dirt on me that I'm just, it's red and my shirt's red and I shake my shirt and dust flies everywhere. And watching the vehicle get dirty and it turning colors too. That is something that I absolutely adore about the sport, Allie.
Yeah, and speaking of vehicles, it's a good night when you get to your vehicle after a night and it's completely orange or brown, and it's just awesome. And every time I went to a race, I've been down in the pits or something, and you can go up to the fence or the barrier. the friends that I'm with, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to get sandblasted," and I'm like, that is the best part about it, standing right next to these cars while they're literally just throwing dirt all over you.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. We just got retweeted by our friend Lenny Baticki at PRN at the Dirt. So, Lenny, if you're watching, thank you for the retweet. We appreciate the support of our show.
Yes, and then my next point that leads it into, I guess this point kind of leads into is it's fun to be around new people. I mean, I meet new people every week that I'm at a track, and I'm sure that I'll have more people to meet this year, especially being in PR. But the new tracks and all the new people that those tracks bring with it.
Yeah, Allie, being a race director, you'll be the one a lot of nights that you'll be the front line for the track owner to come talk to now. With you moving into that position, not only are you going to be meeting more drivers and things, but you're going to be in the tower meeting those people that are running their towers and things and things like that. So, that's an exciting point. I love what Robert Darby just commented. Let's throw that up on the screen there, Allie, if you can. Now that's what I'm talking about. Dirt and track pizza are a good combination. Absolutely, sir.
If you ever see Joe and he gets something from the concession stand, it is pizza.
Yeah, if pizza is on the menu, I am set. Now, if pizza's not on the menu, then I have to worry about beans and chili, and do I like the chili? And I don't like beans and chili. So you're absolutely right. I probably should have put that on my top 5 list for tonight, Allie. But it's a great thing. And you've moved into, speaking of meeting new people and the things you like, with when moving into this marketing, you've already met some new business owners and things this year too.
And not even knowing that they're business owners and possibly embarrassing myself in front of them. Almost. And yeah, it's been a great time.
That's right. So it's definitely a great time. And Allie, that would just kind of transition into my next point, my next love for the sport. And that's just the racing itself. And that kind of goes back and connects to what you said earlier about the competition and things. But I'm talking about not only the racing for us with the American All-Star Series, but also the competition in 4-cylinders, U-cars, whatever they call them. Those guys beat, bump, and do anything they can to get in the lead. They don't usually wreck each other, but I've seen them at 180 degrees, and then they'll straighten them back out and race for the position. The street stocks, guys that have run for years and maybe not had money to move up, but they're really good racers, and there's a lot of talent. To our pro lates with a lot of really good drivers that maybe don't have the funds to step up to a super late model. And then super lates and the power they have and the slide jobs and everything. Dirt racing gives you the opportunity to see multiple types of racing on the same track on the same night. And that's just really cool. So when we've got a nice smooth night going, Allie, I love to just go sit in the, another part of the tower and watch the support classes at these tracks we visit.
Yeah.
So
what's one of my favorite parts about the support classes at the tracks is like they have their own little drama that's built into them. That's the weekly drama, and it gives such a good show for the fans.
That's right. So it's just so great. Tony Grieco. Hey, buddy. Hi, glad you're with us. I think Allie will be back as soon as her schedule allows to see you. I know you've asked about her every weekend at Slot Car Track. So
I can't wait for you guys to come see a game.
So we'll be there to the Bluefield State game in March. So about a month from now. And the fried bologna sandwiches with. So that's their specialty. And I love when racetracks have a specialty food item too. That's something else that we didn't even put in our list of things. Those specialty food items that some racetracks have that are just special to their racetrack.
For sure. And then we kind of talked about the dirt, but for me, one of my favorite parts about especially working for the series and being down in the pits when I'm not in the tower and not being a tower fairy, I'm not like Joseph and I'll not get my hands dirty. So, when we're unloading tires or something needs to happen with the trailer or anything on the track, if I know how to do it, I don't want to get my hands dirty. And there's nothing like getting your hands dirty at a racetrack.
Yeah. The only dirt I like is dirt track dirt, Allie. Otherwise, it's a no-go for me.
See, I play softball, so dirt is normal.
That's right. It sounds like I need to make a trip to Magnolia because I love banana splits. I've
Me
never been to
too.
Magnolia. So,
A banana split sounds so good right now.
yes, I think a trip to Magnolia is in line now. Thank you, Mr. Elliott. All right. So the last point, the last thing that we both love about dirt track racing, and this is a good place to wrap it all up and wrap
I want
up
to
everything.
see how many people we have. Quite a few viewers right now, so I want to see how many people agree with this. So if you agree with the next statement that's made, then comment.
Hold on, Wolford. We'll come back to you. Or maybe hit Wolford first before we get into this last point.
Okay, Wolford said, my new favorite specialty track food is the strawberry shortcake at East Bay. Ooh.
Yes, that's a specialty. East Bay's only going to be here for a couple more years, so if we're going to make it to East Bay, we got to go soon.
I plan to go next year. Let's hope I go next year.
Allie, it's hard as teachers. I'm just going to give you a heads up. I know that's sad news. It's very hard to go as a teacher. I tried to go to Florida to watch a race.
Yeah, you didn't get to see me racing.
So, anyways, the last point, and I think this is a good one to save for last.
I'll do that, Jesse.
Is the atmosphere.
The smell.
Allie, is there anything better than the smell of racing fuel?
No.
No.
So Ashley went to we went to the Hangover this year, and we were around a lot of cars, a lot more cars than we were around the year before. And I had been around cars, but I didn't know really what the racing fuel smelled like, or like that smell was racing fuel. And I told Ashley, my little sister, and I was like, Ashley, you smell that? That's racing fuel. And she was like, that smells gross. I was like, you can tell that you don't really like dirt racing. Everybody loves racing fuel.
That's right. Racing, the tires, I love it when I open up our trailer and it's full of tires. It's the only part about having a trailer full of tires that I like is the smell of the rubber, that fresh rubber for racing. And just the atmosphere in general. You've always got somebody that's grumpy. That's just part of life. You're going to run into a grumpy person or two, but overall, everybody just really and truly enjoys being at the racetrack if they're there.
Such a happy time. I mean, me and you were talking about this a couple of weeks back, or maybe a month ago, but we're like, it's so boring, and it's like almost like when the time changes and it's like seasonal depression. That's kind of like off season for the race season. It's like, I cannot wait to go racing whenever we have one.
Yeah, I mean, and I know you said you don't really care for it a whole lot on TV, but I love, this kind of starts getting me pumped back up. This past month that we've had with, Vegas and the races in Florida, I'm getting pumped back up. I've been watching it, and it just gets me more and more excited.
I don't mind watching it on TV, but at the same time, you don't get the atmosphere. You don't get the sound of the cars.
That's right.
You don't get the smells, and it's like, it's not the same.
Though they're at Volusia this week, and I know Steak on a Stick is there. So when I watch it,
it's on my TV.
It's on your TV. It's on my TV in the other room.
Yeah.
But when I watch it, my mouth waters for Steak on a Stick because I know it's there. So
I've never had Steak on a Stick.
Hopefully we'll make it to a track this year where they're set up, so we can introduce you to that guilty pleasure. That should have been my number one reason on my top 5 favorite things. Not racetrack pizza, but Steak on a Stick. It should have been my number one on the list. So
get us some Steak on the Stick.
Cade, that's just bring me back some. Put it on ice.
You know what? He's closer to me, so I get mine first.
Cade, I'll pick it up as I come down to the car show next weekend. Just put it on ice for me. Keep it nice and cold, frozen for me, and I'll get it. All right.
Are you at Volusia?
He probably is. He probably is not. He's probably just giving me a hard time. Yeah. You should be in school, Cade.
Yeah, go to school.
Travis Snyder says that he loves getting covered in dirt and grease. So
grease is a different level. But if you have grease and you don't like grease on your hands and you don't have a sink, go to Ryan Bowling for some what's it called?
Race Clean.
The Race Clean.
You gotta learn that,
Waterless-
Allie. Big sponsor
waterless
this
soap.
season. It's important that you know that.
I knew. I said it. But it's
And it
waterless
smells.
soap and it smells like dreamsicles.
That's right. Dreamsicles. Fresh dreamsicles. So,
Yeah.
anybody else got anything else they love about it? I mean, we've talked about things we love. Got some good comments coming in. Just in case somebody would put Jesse's comment up on the screen. I know that not everybody can see. So that was back when we were talking about you going to East Bay. Allie,
if
teaching
it
kind of
just wasn't meant to be.
Every once in a while, teaching gets in the way of racing.
Travis says
brake clean gets it off.
But Race Clean does too, and you don't have to have anything else. It's just like a lotion, and it smells like dreamsicles.
That's right. I don't know that Allie studies for test.
I also don't have tests because I'm in graduate school, so literally all I do is write papers with Joseph. Or with Joseph.
So, there's that. Yeah. All right, Allie, it's, this love episode, we've talked a lot about what we love. Mm-hmm. And you know what I love?
What?
Independence Day weekend.
Well, we're going to get right to it here soon. But before we get to Independence Day weekend, we would like to hear a quick word from our presenting sponsor, PPM Racing Products in the American All-Star Series.
When you start with the strongest American steel, apply the smartest techniques. Let artesian quality craftsmen do the work. What you end up with is just better than anything else you can get.
Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe. Presented by M&M Septic Services. If you want to know what I'm laughing about, I about messed up, but I did not.
We'll talk about it in the bloopers section in a minute.
I didn't mess up though. So, but this is our segment 3. This is presented by Pro Power Performance. But first, before we talk about Pro Power, we're going to talk about our new app, our Racetrack Connections new app. So tell us a little about it, Joe.
Yeah, Allie, Racetrack Connections, great partner for the podcast, and hopefully will be for the series for a long time to come. It's social media for dirt racers. None of that political bull crap. Just get on there and talk racing.
Yeah, none of the political bull crap, but this is really just a Facebook, but better for race fans, not just dirt racing, every aspect of racing. Slot car racing, RC racing, asphalt, dirt racing as well.
ATVs,
all kinds of racing.
Four-wheelers.
ATVs, four-wheelers.
I guess that's the same thing.
You can have a side-by-side on a four-wheeler. That's different.
That's true. Yeah, okay, good point. So, all the racing, period.
Yeah, all the racing, period.
And I know that they hope to go worldwide with it at some point, Allie.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be a really great tool for spectators, for drivers, for fans, for everybody at the racetrack. But we would also like to welcome Pro Power Performance back for our segment 3 sponsor. Pro Power Performance is located in Beckley, West Virginia, and is a full-service high-performance engine manufacturer that specializes in dirt and oval racing engines. So just tell us a little bit about them.
Pro Power is an official engine builder for the American All-Star Series, certified to build seals or rebuild 604s and seal them with our seals. They are a great partner for the series. Let us use their shop on numerous occasions to do teardowns during the 2021 season. So, great guys over there. Whether you've got a 604 or need a super late model motor built, they will take care of all your needs. So go give Ricky and Jimmy a call. Tell them that Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe sent you.
Mm-hmm. They're really great, especially with helping us with our engines for the series. But speaking of the series, we dedicate segment 3 to our schedule talk. So we go through a specific weekend or our specific 2 or 3 races. But this weekend we're on to Independence Day weekend called the Freedom Weekend, where we have a 3-day weekend.
Allie, I love the 4th of July weekend. Love the 4th of
4th of July is
July.
one of my favorite holidays for sure.
I love fireworks. I love all the razzmatazz that comes with it. And you and I could end up running 4 days that weekend with something we can't really talk about right now. But you know, it's just my favorite. I love it.
Mhm.
I mean, what else can I say? And I'm glad that we get to race during Independence Day weekend.
Yeah, for sure. And then, you know, if you are a true race fan, you know that 4th of July is one of the best weekends to be at a racetrack because there's so much racing and so much good racing going on. But our first stop of Freedom Weekend is July 1st. It is a TBA for the track, but we know it's going to be a 2,500 to win, and we know it's going to be a great race, and we can't wait to announce where it's going
That's
to be.
a great way to kick off the weekend. It's the wife's birthday. She loves racing on her birthday. It really makes it special for her.
Jesse, comment and tell me how you really feel about it.
So it's a good weekend to good way to kick off our Independence Day Freedom Weekend.
Yes, and hopefully we'll be able to announce where we're going to be racing at that weekend or that day here soon. Hopefully.
I like the track.
I do too.
So we'll say that. All right, Allie, what about? Oh no.
She said, "Oh, you know how I feel, Allison Stedman." Yeah, I do. I'm sorry, Bessie. I'll bring you some cupcakes or something, or some cake or a present for your birthday. But once we hit the TVA track, we're on to July 2nd at West Virginia Motor Speedway. It's a historic racetrack. This will be the first crate race that they will have since the track reopened, and it's going to be the biggest speedway we'll visit in 2022.
Yeah, Cody Watson does a great job there. Allie, Withful's a pretty big racetrack, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This track will make Withful look small to you.
Can't wait.
So, you know, we're hoping to have a great car count there. I think guys will be excited to have a chance to run in the first crate race that they've had since they've reopened. Like I said, Cody Watson took the track over, saved it, straightened it back out. They had shortened it for a short time, and it just wasn't the you know, it just wasn't what the track is meant to be. So, you know, I'm really, really excited about that. We got a couple more comments. Michael wants to have Speedway car cams there, so we'll have to go to work on that. Speaking of that, don't let me forget to mention his shirts that he and Creations by Alyssa are doing, and my Valentine's gift. We'll probably hit that over in the blooper section tonight.
Okay.
But his website's mytrack.tv. Oh, that's right. We switched to mytrack.tv. Sorry, Michael. And then
get her some fancy cookies everyone's gone crazy for. Yeah, Joe, do that.
That's right. I'm really good at gifts. I made it happen last. You know, I've done disappoint. We'll talk about that later too.
Yeah.
You know, so
this is going to be a 3,000 to win at West Virginia Motor Speedway, so it's going to be pretty big. So hopefully we'll have a lot of cars, especially since it's the first crate race since the track reopened. But then we're at Willard Speedway again on July 3rd for a 3,000 to win. This is going to be our second to last time.
Yes.
Before the National Crate Championship for 15,000 to win.
Biggest racetracks ever hosted, July 3rd.
This will be the biggest race the track has hosted on July 3rd, but then we're going to break it out of the water and in November for our Crate National Championship.
That's right. So I think we'll have some guys, especially with hitting West Virginia Motor Speedway, that sneak down from the north, come run at West Virginia Motor, and come on over and get some testing in there at Willard as well. They might even
exactly what drivers are going to do is go get practice for that National Crate Championship.
That's right. They might even hit the Friday night track. It might be close enough that they can hit it too. So that would be great. Great 3-day weekend. Hopefully, our PR and marketing director will come up with a nice mini points fund for that weekend.
Who's that?
You know, my partner on this show knows her really well.
All right. Well, it's going to be a great weekend, especially with the Willard weekend being a 3,000 win. And, you know, AJ is going to, dominates at Willard. So it's going to be really
Yeah, Logan gave him a run for his money and got like a ridiculous qualifying amount of money because the track like put up some, we had our normal qualifying sponsorship and then the track had like $500 or so more. So Logan got like $600 some dollars for getting fast time when we were at Willard this year from all the sponsors. So, Aaron and Terry Hicks there, they do a lot of great work and they really, really, are just doing big things at Willard Speedway since they've reopened it. Oh, there's my buddy Sylvan Schutte. Sylvan Schutte is signed up for our marketing class that we're going to be doing on March 7th. Yes, we do. So that wasn't on our agenda for tonight, but after we talk about welcoming back another one of our big sponsors, we definitely need to talk about our class a little bit.
Yes, and speaking of this season, all of our races we have planned for this season, Rick Hendrick, City Chevrolet will be a title sponsor of our weekly series once again.
Yeah, we really couldn't do the series without the support of GM and Rick Hendrick. City Chevrolet Performance Vehicles, Parts, Racing helps us, really take the series to the next level and do some big things. Jim Norman down there, give him a call if you need 604 parts. I know 604s are hard to come by right now, but if you just need one part or something, Jim can probably help you out if you give him a call. If you reach out to me on Facebook or Messenger or something, I can direct you directly to Jim's office number. So I talked to him today, and he asked me how the trip to Florida went. I had to tell him it didn't go so great, but Jim Norman's just been great to work with the series, and he's a really, really good friend. So there's a little inside joke.
She's talking about Sylvan Schutte, his last name, Schutte, so we always say Pew Pew, especially when we met him at the car show.
So that's a little bit of fun there that we have with our buddy Sylvan Schutte, who does, like I said, a great job. And he and his dad are working on some really special championship trophies for us for 2022.
It's going to be awesome. And, speaking of Sylvan, he is signed up for our marketing and social media class on March 7th. This will be a class that's open to anybody, free and no charge. It's all free.
It's halfway full already.
Yeah, and we're allowing 50% participants, right?
That's right. It'll be on Skype.
Attendees. It'll be on Skype, and me and Joe and a few special guests.
One special guest is already a confirmed. Need to make the official announcement.
Okay.
We can do it right now.
All right, do it. William
Blankenship will be on to talk about how social media has impacted his racing, and the impact that TikTok and YouTube and all that has made on his racing. So really excited to hear about that.
For sure. And then this class will pretty much just be how you as a racer or as a team owner. Thank you, Greg. Pizza Plus, Sullivan Gardens.
I need to go see him at some point. We could be friends, Greg.
Doug said, wishing you crew. I'm assuming he says best of luck this season too.
That's what, yeah.
But this marketing and social media class will be how you can support your race team and advertise your race team to use social media and marketing to help you guys advance in racing.
Jesse's going to make us a PowerPoint for our class too, so that will help us be organized. But
I love making PowerPoints.
I'm really, really excited about this because drivers marketing themselves well help racing in general. It helps the tracks, it helps the series. So that's kind of where I'll be at, and what I'll be talking about is how they can market themselves in a professional way and a positive way, because some drivers don't market themselves at all. that will help the tracks and the series, and of course themselves, be more successful in their racing, especially when they go out to look for sponsors.
For sure. And then also the use of social media platforms, not just Facebook, using all social media platforms to help them get their name out there and help tracks, help series, help their race team get their name out there. But yeah, help their sponsors as well. And get their name out there and help them advertise their products. But speaking of sponsors, oh, wait, before I said that, I was like, if you want to sign up for our class, then just DM us or personal message us and we'll get you guys signed up. It's halfway full already, so sign up quick. The class is on March 7th. But we cannot have this series without any of our sponsors, so here's a quick list of our sponsors. Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services, a production of the American All-Star Series. We are now into one of our favorite segments of our show. This is our blooper segment.
Yeah, this
so
is
Joe,
usually
I always start this out. How much did we mess up tonight?
a lot, Allie.
How?
It was a rough show tonight.
How?
At the beginning, I couldn't speak right. I wasn't saying words correctly. That's a problem.
Okay, so you're saying every time I mess up on the words, I suck.
Well, I mean, that was my issue.
Oh, okay.
And you, I mean, something else happened at the beginning.
Well, in segment 3,
yes,
I almost forgot to put the logo up there.
yes,
right there, but I didn't.
Yeah,
so...
thankfully we can see each other down here when you all are watching our commercials and things. And I was pointing at Allie, and then she wasn't looking at me,
that.
So I was going, and then she still wasn't looking at me. But thankfully, she finally figured that part out. So,
Doug said, wish you and your series a very successful and safe 2022. Allison is very talented. Yes, I am. Thank you. Tell Joe that more.
Allie, I know that, or I wouldn't have you here with me.
Sylvan says, sounds about like me in any interview. Sylvan, you did good in my car show interview, especially with the pew at the end.
Sylvan, I hope we can get you to Kentucky some this year. That's my goal on the series for 2022.
We need some Sylvan Shooty. That's some races.
In Kentucky. I know I can count on him in the first few. And then I try to get him to go out of state. He looks at me. Well, he looks at me like I'm crazy. So he was second in the points last year, I think, and I couldn't get him to travel.
I'm not sure what's going on with my hair right now, but
You're making it worse. You're making it worse, Allie. Quit playing with it. You're making it worse.
The camera's backwards. I couldn't fix it. Why is that like that?
Allie.
Oh my God.
This is the blooper section, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we're here. Allie fixes her hair during the blooper section.
Which way do I need to go? All right. We got it. We're good now.
Oh, Sylvan says he's coming to Kentucky.
Yay.
You know, lots of people tell me they're doing things, Allie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sylvan, I feel like Sylvan will be there.
He better be.
This is one of our favorite segments, so keep the comments coming if you want to talk trash to us on how much we suck sometimes, and say that. Go ahead and do that. But Joe, I didn't think we did that bad.
I thought it started out a little rough tonight. Something else
maybe.
happened in the beginning. I don't remember what it was. So
I know when we were talking about our points, you almost didn't say anything, and I had to do this.
Yeah.
But
that was the second segment.
Yeah.
But I feel like something happened before we brought Maida and Chris on in the first segment. I can't remember what it was.
I don't think so.
Well, that's
My
good.
hair still looks terrible.
Well, this is the blooper segment. Your hair can look terrible in the blooper segment.
Yeah.
it's allowed.
Well, we'll go ahead and talk about next week's guest. We're going to have John Ackley from with Outside Group. He's going to be joining us, especially before the Outside Group trade show in Knoxville.
Yeah, thankfully, my buddy Austin Cottle with AC Customs Graphics, who's going to be one of our partners this year, was willing to back up. And when I was booking, I'd totally forgot, hey, we probably should have John on to talk about the trade show. So
it's going to be awesome.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, he's very intelligent, and
he is.
Kind of intimidates me a little bit because he's so intelligent. But it's going to be pretty cool to have him on next week, especially talking about Outside Group.
Yeah, I would definitely want to talk about Outside Group. Outside Group is a great partner for the series. Heat 2 sponsor. Has been. This is the second year going now. And I really like the
perspective he brings to drivers at the racetrack and the people around the series, especially. It's awesome.
That's absolutely true. Allie, have we been saying the right date for our social media show? March 1st, not March 7th. I was thinking March 7th is that's when you're in Florida. So March 1st.
March 1st. Social media class.
Yes. Sorry, guys. That was a blooper. The class is March 1st. Yeah, fix that. So that's what I was here looking at while we were talking here in the blooper section. I thought we said the wrong date. I'm surprised Jesse didn't message us and tell us we said the wrong date because she made the flyer for us. So, but it is March the 1st at 7 o'clock. And honestly, folks, come ready to just like any other class. Probably 3 hours is what we're aiming for that class. Definitely take probably the last 30 minutes for questions. We're hoping to have 5 or so guests, so that'll be 5.5. That'll be 2.5 hours if everybody can go for about 30 minutes. And we might try to do like a little question session with each presenter. That might be smoother, and that way that presenter, if they have other things to do, they can move on that day.
Yeah, and it's going to be really cool to talk about how to use social media and marketing for your race team or for your business.
Yeah, it's just like Rocky joining us as our title, our title's presenting sponsor. I mean, this is great for M&M Septic Services. We have a lot of Eastern Kentucky fans that watch this and participate. And we always, another thing that we learned is StreamYard doesn't show the true total number of viewers to everybody. So we always have around 60 or so on our shows. Tonight's been a little down because I feel like most people are out doing Valentine's Day things, but we generally do have, they're normal. They don't, it takes a lot of dedication to love racing as much as we do. But anyways, there's usually 60 viewers when it's live. And honestly, Allie, we reach about 5,000 people each week with our podcast, and figured out a way for our buddy Ryan Bowling to upload it to AmericanAllStars.tv today. So as I was playing around with some back office stuff with StreamYard, so I'm excited that our podcast will also be available to our folks over there on the AmericanAllStars.tv. It won't be live when it's there, but it will be uploaded for the folks that want to watch us on our pay-per-view channel.
Yes, it will be, and it's going to be pretty cool to have our own app.
Yes, I'm excited about that. I'm wondering if there's any way that, and wondering out loud. So maybe there's some smart developers over here in this, people that are watching us or over in the comments. It would be great if Ryan could take the information that Sherman has for my racetrack or for Racetrack Connection and implement that into our TV stuff.
And we probably could link our races and our app to Racetrack Connection. So that'd be pretty cool if we could do that.
Yeah,
like
really.
A link of a box of like downloading App Store or whatever.
That's right. That's right. And I think that Sherman already has our full schedule in his app. We were one of the first series he put the full schedule in for. So just really excited about that. Excited about our season. Allie, it seems like just yesterday we were starting this show and we're like 3 months away from the start of the season. And now we're a month and a half away, 2 weeks away, really. And maybe we can have our first weekly winner from Smoky Mountain on with us as a guest for that first weekend in March. So you'll be in Florida, so you'll be in a different area when we do that live video. But Wouldn't it be cool if we could get that first feature winner of the year on and we can recap that race? So I'm excited about that.
It'll be really cool, and I'll put my ring light and everything in the bag. I'll take the train with me. I'll bring the train and make it.
Where's the train at tonight? Has it went through?
It hasn't ran. I mean, it's ran like 18 times today, but it hasn't ran during the podcast, so I'm kind of surprised.
I think this is a first, so
yeah.
Maybe they're all out celebrating Valentine's Day tonight too.
Maybe.
So, well, Allie, we've still got a decent amount of viewers. If anybody else has anything to comment, but we've talked about next week's show. We're excited. Racetrack Connection, great partner. Use the app if you're not already. It's beta right now. I'll tell you when it's officially live. But if we've sent you the beta, download it, try it out.
Michael's T-shirts.
Oh, that's right. So I don't have it in here, and I can't really show it because our TBA dates track is on the schedule. So Jesse took and talked to Michael at his mytrack.tv website and his Creations by Alyssa shirts. I'm sure you've seen them, Allie, and if you've not, check them out. But Jesse had our full schedule put onto a shirt for us, and she also had tracks I've worked at and tracks that I love put onto a shirt. So some of my favorite tracks, along with tracks that I've worked at. I think she's going to throw me this shirt so I can kind of show what Michael's done for us. So she had on the front, it's Michael took, and Michael can customize these. So that's what's really cool about it. So give Michael some love here tonight. So on the front, he put my name. And there's our little Off the Dirt logo.
Oh, that's cool.
And then on the back, they've got our big logo, and it says Dirt is Life. And then Lernerville, of course, Beckley's home. So Beckley's on there, and it's a track I've worked at. Lernerville and Eldora are two of my favorite racetracks in this world. So that's why they're up top. And then, of course, Smoky Mountain, which I love. Let's see what else we got on here. Crossville, Isom, Willard, Natural Bridge. And these are so detailed. I mean, look there at Natural Bridge. It's got all those little buildings there on the back stretch. So if you're watching,
that's awesome.
Check out what Michael Elliott's doing. I think he's going to – I think Jesse's talked to him about because we updated our schedule after she had it made. So she was really mad at me because she was getting me these made for Valentine's Day, and then we changed the schedule a little bit. So I think she's going to have him make an updated one, and I think he may post it with the TBAs blurred out. So that's one that he's working on. So my grandma wants one, maybe of our schedule. So that's funny. Rusty, you're joining us late tonight. Have you been busy?
He's probably taking Bunny out to dinner.
So Michael says he'll send a new one. So Allie, if you want one with a schedule on it, maybe he'll be.
I do.
So there's the black, and then Jesse ordered me like a heather gray one that I love that heather gray color. So she ordered me that one as well. So really, it's really cool deal that he's working on. Something different. from what we normally have, and check those out. So he was at an engagement dinner. So that's awesome.
Cool.
Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. 4 thumbs up. So really check out those creations by Alyssa. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really awesome. Thank you, Michael.
Appreciate
So hopefully we'll have those TBAs out soon, so we can post those and get them on sale. So
I
really,
want one. Those are really cool. I like those a lot. Great job, Michael.
Yes, and Jesse for the idea. I mean,
yeah,
like I said, she was asking for our logo the other night, and I was like, why does Jesse want the Off the Dirt logo? I was trying to figure that out. So that's why she needed the Off the Dirt logo.
Jesse, you did wonderful.
So that's a cool deal. I think that's about. I think if we talked about everything we want to talk about tonight,
I think we have.
I think we have too. We've had usually, like I said, we're between 50 and 60 watching. Tonight, Jesse's happy. Tonight we've stuck right around 20, even with it being Valentine's Day. So you folks that have stuck around with us, you all are the dirt nerds like us, or married to me and just feel obliged to watch it. So we definitely appreciate you guys that have hung out with us tonight on this Valentine's Day. I don't know about our love episode. And Allie, tell them that is much improved from where we started.
That is much improved since where we started. Tilt it back. There we go.
There we go. It's perfect. All right. So we've much improved there.
I can't figure out which way my hair needs to go.
Allie.
This backward camera.
Allie, we're trying to end the show. Your hair is perfect.
I got it.
So, next week, John Ackley is going to be on. I think we might just, instead of our normal Q&A session, we might just listen to John talk, because he's so intelligent. He is just a really smart guy. So we're going to have to really think of some hard questions for him for next week, Allie.
Yeah. So join in next week on Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our episode 7 with John Ackley with Outside Group.
That's where you messed up. You said episode 5.
Yeah.
That's it. You just reminded me. So I gotcha.
Episode 7 will be on Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully I will not mess up again. Joe, I blame that on you, because when we were making this rehearsal, you said episode 5.
I asked you.
Yeah, and it messed me up.
Oh, my fault.
So this is on you.
Of course.
Yeah. But like I said, join in next week on Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for episode 7 of Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services. We'll be joined with John Ackley with Outside Groove. Anything else, Joe?
I think that's it for tonight. We might have to call it the Mad Scientist next week.
Yeah.
We'll think on that, but I like it.
Yeah. All right. So that's the dirt. Wait, what did Randy say? Oh.
Well, maybe I sent a request today to fix that, so maybe they listened to me.
Maybe. But I'm glad we got it fixed, and I'm glad we got to see everybody's comments. Mimi says she loves us. So with that, that's the dirt with Allie and Joe from Off the Dirt, presented by M&M Septic Services. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.